Hey guys, how's it going, guys? It is Linksy. It's also 2 a.m. and welcome back with another late night battle recording. I haven't done one of these in a while, so excuse my yawning, excuse my mumbling, and excuse me making mistakes. What is what? Luckily for me, this is a simple battle. It's Galatia versus Epirus. It's another battle from the tournament of the one and only Pope John Paul. I'll link his video in the description box. And anyway, let's get started. So we have the Vietic D versus good old Greece, the Greasy lad, the Greasy father. Galatia versus Epirus. What do we have? So the rules are you can get 5 units of each like individual unit only, and then you have to mix something else. You have 15k gold, and it's land battle. Both sides need to assault each other and charge each other. That said, that said, this is going to be interesting. So there's 5 Galatian legionnaires, and then they're flanked by 2 Galatian noblemen, which are a fantastic unit. Like, you know, decent melee defense, decent armor. But what's good about them is they have 15 bonus versus large, which in this case is going to be good. A couple of Levy Freemen on the side, and Levy Freemen also have 25 bonus versus large. Now this is important because a lot of cavalry is on the opposite side. There are Hellenic Royal Cavalry, 3 of them. You can see there are actually some more troops over there. Skirmisher Cav and a bunch of mercenary Italian cavalry, so that's going to be useful. Then there's of course noble horse, Capicodian horse, and light horse, one of each on each side, and that's going to be fantastic. Meanwhile, for Epirus, before the lines clash, there are some skirmisher cav. I believe there's some more hidden in there, a couple of Taurus spears and slingers, you know, just Italian swordsmen, Taurus spears. A simple Greek faction army, but decent one. Now, these skirmisher cav getting in close and dirty with those Syrian archers over. Oh, there were Syrian archers as well, apart from. Oh, those were all Syrian archers. Okay, the Syrian archers unit is getting run down in the rear. They're going to lose a couple, but then the peel off finish of the skirmisher cav absolutely gone. The mercenary Italian cav is trying to hide in the side. Hellenic cav. Oh yeah, and they do have elephants. They have mercenary Indian war elephants. So those are going to be a fantastic use. Greece moves up to the center and just takes a wedge formation, whereas Epirus Devgetic here is moving up, trying to find a better position. Devgetic took his sweet time trying to get into position, and this has cost him the really, really useful place of you know, the center over here, which is like a good place to hide your units and protect yourself from the mosques and the hordes that are coming towards you. Now, with this said, what's going to be the attitude? I mean, this is going to be a fast game. We only have 7 minutes left on the timer, and it's going to be interesting. So the light horse is moving forward, and it's threatening to attack the slingers. Slingers are getting peppered down by the Syrian archers over here. Syrian archers are a fantastic unit. Pila being thrown at the light horse, wasting a lot of those Taurus spears. A lot of those archers are actually hitting home on those Rhodian slingers and doing a fantastic amount of damage over there, bringing it home. The bacon is being brought home. Oh, these light horse got a really bad shot taken into them. Again, they did waste like 3 or 4 shots from those. How many do they have, Taurus spears? I believe they have 5, 6, I think 5 spear shots. Missiles just falling into these mercenary Italian swordsmen. Now, mercenary Italian swordsmen should really just charge in at this point. If you bring this much cavalry, you need to be charging in, creating a nice, good old anvil. Now, the problem with that is you cannot really create an anvil using the mercenary Italian swords, as they are not as good. Arrow fire, these slingers are dying, and yeah, these guys will lose outright against the Galatian legionnaires, which are placed here, along with the Galatian noblemen, securing the flanks. And of course the Capicodian cav and the rest. The balance of power is swinging very much in favor of the Galatian army over here. These Italian swordsmen are going down. The flank is slowly collapsing. These guys are deciding to go on top of each other, and yeah, they can decide what they want to be, where they want to be, and these slingers are breaking just from the missile engagement. Now slingers should be really winning against these Syrian archers, and these Syrian archers are taking a beating, but keep in mind, guys, that these Syrian archers are inside shrubbery, and the shrubbery does protect them, at least in the slightliness from the situation they find themselves in. Now this light horse gets absolutely obliterated. Pila, they're trying to get another Pila throw in. Oh, they actually get into the Rhodian slingers over there. They do break, but that little bit of an action in the Rhodian slingers did a lot. Pila throw from the Taurus spears actually doing a lot of friendly damage over there. As you can see, a number of them did actually die. And that's going to be really painful. At this point, you know, with his center completely collapsing, the Epirian players deciding to charge in and see what they can do in the current situation they find themselves in. And I don't know. I don't think there's going to be much hope for this player in the current situation as is, but we shall see what happens. The troops are moving forward, Levy Freeman are moving forward, and Levy Freeman will actually get wrecked by Hellenic Royal Cav, but Hellenic Royal Cav needs to clip them from the flank, otherwise these guys will get a really good bonus versus large, which they are. The elephants need to be brought forward again. He should have used the Cav to corral the army into a central position and then charge in with those amazing war elephants and do damage necessary and needed to kill as much as possible the army over here. The troops over there are just doing absolute massacre. The Syrian archers are actually getting a little bit down on the low side, but two slingers were actually broken and are retreating. The micro is not the best for the Imperium player. The Imperium player actually getting lovely Taurus spears over in there. Again, his cavalry is not doing anything. The shields, the Levy Freemen are shielding the sides. They're being corralled slightly by the Italian cav over here, but they're just not doing that well. More troops come out of the woodworks. The Sicilian cav in Apis companion cavalry. Yeah, these guys needed to come out earlier, and they needed to be all the way back here, and just heralding all these really good units in. The Italian mercenary Italian cav is charging in. Oh, this pila is going to hurt like crazy. They're charging into the rear of these Galatian legionnaires over there, and that's going to trigger a little bit of a morale penalty. But this is actually a massacre, and the fire arrows going into those elephants. Those elephants not doing much because they do charge through their own units, and those elephants go berserk. That unit of Taurus spears is going to go bye-bye. And they're killing both. These Taurus spears and these Galatian legionnaires are going down. Hellenic Royal Cav just charging in the same unit, and they're practically hitting each other. It's not a very fantastic show of skill from the Vietic D, but it is okay. It's doing well. The mercenary Indian elephants are running amok on all the troops, and they're doing a lot of damage. These Italian mostly to their own units. The Syrian archers are running in as well, but again, these elephants are getting a couple of kills here and there, but they have annihilated the Taurus spears. As you can see, the numbers are completely dwindling. The general Fishak Cav just charges into these noble horse, and now it's being supported by the Levy Freeman. The mercenary Italian Cav is going against the Capocodian, and the Capocodian Cav is going to try to win that. That's the Cav. You don't want them to be fighting other Cav or heavy units of that caliber, and what just happened? It does not seem that a game is... And as I was saying, they shouldn't be stuck in that situation. Sorry, game crashed, had to restart it. I'll splice them together later on in the editor. So, where were we? Oh yeah, the game isn't going very well for Uppers. Uppers is trying its all damn nest over here. It's actually breaking through a couple of units, trying to rear charge these units, but again, it doesn't have that much chance. I mean, the Hellenic Royal Cavalry should be cycle charging. It's going to break the noble horse over there, but should be cycle charging those Levy Freemen from the rear and the Galatian noble men are doing wonders. The noble horse over here ripping a hole through all of that. The Hellenic Royal Cavalry coming back for a rear charge. The Levy Freemen are finally breaking. The center is actually breaking for Galatia. It's not looking that great for Galatia in the center, but everywhere else, the units are collapsing. There's cav left, and there are a lot of cav which can be used to break what's there, but that's the cav is breaking all around, and from the looks of it, yeah, the cav is being overrun. I mean, you don't want these cav to fight in for a prolonged period of time. There are breaking units here and there everywhere, but it is a pain in the arse. These noble cav, there's so much noble horse left on the battlefield. There were 3 units of noble horse. That explains a lot. 3 units of noble horse for Galatia is absolutely insane. The Epis companion cavalry, the heavy melee cavalry are now engaged in from all sides. They will do again very well, but you need the Hellenic Royal, the general over here firing in the rear, and the general was engaged there for too long. The army losses should be engaged any second now, and this is the end. Over there, everything was wiped. The flanks are clear. Army losses have been triggered, and the army is being pulled back from the break. Now, what else they can do? The Hellenic Royal Cav over here, the general is dead, I believe, is about to die. Army losses have been triggered completely, and the game is over. Quite a fast game, I must say. Quite an amazing game. A very good game for Greece over here, who proceeds to the next round. I am afraid I also got kicked down in the shins in this round, and I will not be proceeding further in the tournament. However, my money is on Greece. He's such a fantastic player. Anyway, let's see, and the replay. Let's see the kills, those juicy ass kills. Alright, so I mean the elephants did okay in the end, but I swear 200 kills were on their own units. I mean, these Levi Taurus Spears did bad. The Italian swords absolutely horrendous, and these slingers could have done so much more. Yep's companion cav did okay, and these Helena Crawl cav did kind of okay. The Thessalian cav unfortunately did not. These Italian cavalry should have, and this skirmisher should have been 2 units of companion cavalry. Meanwhile, 4 degrees, the one and only the Daddy Grease. Well, overall, he did have 3 noble riders over there. He had 2 Capicodian cavalry, so heavy melee cavalry. He kind of assumed that he's going to see lots of Hellenic chargers. Then his front line is doing absolute beast of a work. 250 kills to 168 kills on those Galatian legionnaires, and his Levi Freemen did their job holding the cavalry from rear charging those Galatian legionnaires and breaking them. And the Syrian archers, of course, won the fight, as we saw early on in the game against those Herodian slinkers. Guys, thanks for watching this game. I hope you enjoyed it. If you do have your own games, send them over to me. Contact me on Discord. Send them over at totalwarbro@gmail.com. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I wish you all a good day, good night, good morning, wherever you are. Take care, stay safe, and yeah, I'll see you around, guys. Take care. Bye.